Greetings, PlayStation adepts! It's time for another round of speculation about which games Sony will give away with PS Plus Essential and extra subscriptions in July. By the way, last time I managed to guess that NBA 2K25 would be included in the PS Plus Essential subscription. Now let's take a look at what we got in July in previous years. Let's start by looking at what we got in July in previous years. In 2024, it was Borderlands 3, NHL 24, and Among Us. In 2023, it was Alan Wake Remastered, Endling Extinction is Forever, and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. In 2022, it was Arcadegeddon, Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, and the Dark Pictures anthology Man of Medan. Looking at this list, I have a couple of guesses about what might be given away this year. First and foremost, there are two sports simulators, NHL 25 and once again, EA Sports FC 25. Yes, I continue to root for the addition of FIFA's reincarnation because Electronic Arts has no choice, and this game will sooner or later end up in the EA Play subscription and most likely in PS Plus Essential as well. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is also a likely candidate for distribution, as the game was recently distributed on the Epic Games Store. This is a spin-off of the Borderlands looter shooter series, which tells the story of Tiny Tina, who acts as the dungeon master of the board game Bunkers and Madness, where the events take place in a fantasy setting. The player creates their hero, chooses their appearance and class, and sets off on adventures in a bright and colorful world styled after a board game. The next game is Alan Wake 2. In the new installment of this detective thriller, the two protagonists are experienced FBI agent Saga Anderson, who is investigating a series of ritual murders in the town of Bright Falls, and writer Alan Wake, who is trying to escape from the Dark Place, an otherworldly place where he has spent more than 13 years. The game focuses heavily on investigation, with the FBI agent collecting evidence and placing it on a special board to analyze and connect the dots. Unlike the first installment, the second is more like a walkthrough with a cool detective story. There are still shootouts, but they are much less frequent. There is also a possibility that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 will be included in the subscription. I know that many people don't believe that Microsoft games can be included in PS Plus, but not so long ago we thought that Xbox exclusives such as Forza Horizon or Gears of War would never be released on PlayStation. But times are changing, and since console sales are not going very well, Microsoft is simply making money by selling its games wherever possible. Therefore, I believe that it is quite possible for their games to be included in Sony's subscription at a wholesale price. Now, let's take a look at the games that came out a year and a half ago, because these are the games that could be included in the distribution according to the documents stolen by hackers. Among such projects is Palworld. It is an open-world survival simulator where you not only have to gather resources and craft, but also catch so-called pals, creatures very similar to Pokemon. After capturing a pal, you can use it for combat and movement, or place it in your bases to help with garbage collection, crafting, cooking, etc. The next project is Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. The new installment of Like a Dragon continues the story of Ichiban Kasuga, who begins searching for his missing mother. The events of the game now unfold not only in Japan but also in Hawaii. During his journey, Kasuga will also cross paths with the legendary Kazuma Kiryu, the first protagonist of the Yakuza series. The combat system with RPG elements has been redesigned. Characters can now move within a certain distance during fights, and if there are objects nearby, they can use them to strike. Some of the new attacks allow you to deal area damage, attacking multiple enemies at once, and you can knock enemies down, throw them into walls, and knock them into each other to deal additional damage. Well, if you get tired of fighting, you can go surfing, sing karaoke, fly a paraglider, build a village, and engage in other side activities. The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered was also released a year and a half ago. The second part of The Last of Us is long overdue for subscription, but Sony still can't seem to make up its mind to do so. The game will be 5 years old in July, and personally I see no reason not to add it to the extra catalog or distribute it in Essential. Moreover, there is an additional reason. The second season of the series has ended, and I think impatient viewers would be interested to know what will happen next, since the third season will be released in a year or two. Another project that may be released in July is Tekken 8. The game's plot revolves around the battle between father and son, between Kazuya Mishima and Jin Kazama. Tekken 8 is developed on Unreal Engine 5 and features good graphics, high detail in clothing and faces, while retaining its explosive visual style. For newcomers who are just entering the world of fighting games, there is an arcade quest mode, which is a tutorial for the game and will reveal all the secrets of fighting. And those who want easy and spectacular moves without memorizing combinations can enable a simplified control mode. Write in the comments which game you would like to see distributed, and to find out which games will officially be added to Essential, as well as which games will be added to and removed from the extra catalog, click the bell and turn on all notifications so you don't miss my new video. Play and win. See ya!